Hello, Star Wars CCG players, fans, and folks who just want to hang out with me on a Sunday night. Garrett Larson here, Deadbody on Slack and the forums and everywhere else, joined by Logan.
How's it going?
Not bad. So we are here. Apologize, I'm just I can talk or I can type. Doing both at the same time is recipe for things to not go well on my end. Why are you
One of the
freezing on me?
downsides of being an old man like yourself.
Definitely an issue. Why did Firefox just completely freeze on me here?
I think it's just GEMP. My GEMP just crashed as well. So
Okay. Um, we're gonna
dang it, AJ.
close and reopen Firefox here and see what we can get. Oh, that's not where I want to go. This is where I want to go. I'm already logged in, so you guys don't get to see my password. Um,
Ow.
there we go. Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
And we refreshed it. They're back up. Brad has the table up. So this is the premiere to Hoth, the final of the Retro League. Brad Kippel versus Ian Monteith. Bkippel versus cstyx, Crossing Sticks. They are the only two undefeateds in the league. So I believe, if memory serves, that means the winner of this game is the overall winner. Oh, that's the wrong button. And this is exactly what I expected here. A fifth marker start versus the Obi's Hut start. So the one thing that tells me is Brad is not on a space deck. Usually the space ties variants would always start the Death Star because it is immune to Revo, and you're not worried about putting out the Death Star if you're playing space because you can defend it.
Hmm.
Like dark side space is a little bit stronger than light side. Light side relies a little bit more on tricks and keeping stuff alive. So Brad just throws down Northridge and draws. This is this format. Like it is an
Yeah.
early stuff happens early,
And
and it's
feel
a
free
little
to
bit slow.
correct me, but Ian playing the Obisat normally like is a more mains centric build, right? With like OBs and
It's
potentially senses and altars.
realistically these are both probably main centric builds. Dark
Okay.
side is if you're not going heavy space. Dark side is basically going to be Vader plus his saber and toys and tricks.
Hmm.
And starting the fifth marker is a pretty standard start there because it also gives you another way to go in against Echo Base operations, and putting in the fourth marker gives you a chance to mess with their activation a little bit.
Hmm.
The Obi's Hut start also, yeah, likely signifies light side is on a similar deck. So a lot of this is probably going to come down to who is. They both have a plan to win the Sense Altar War. It's going to be who actually
Mm.
wins it. And Brad drew up to 13 and just ate a used Grimtosh from Ian. So Grimtosh and Monarch, super, super prevalent in this format. Basically, every deck starts with two of them.
Hmm. Oh,
And
and the beggar.
that's pretty standard to see that kind of go through. And there we see Ian's going to use one from the beggar to put down Obi. Now, the beggar, like, you're going to be like, why do you pay 3 for beggar and then use one of Brad's? Brad's only activating 4 force this turn.
Yeah.
There,
And taking
Ian's just trying to set up. Like, this is exactly what he wants to do.
until
Granted,
Brad finds some other locations, it's effectively just like he can't save force. Because if he saves any force, he's going to lose some of it. And because he doesn't have much, like he's not deploying, his hand size is already at the 12 again.
yeah. I mean, so this format, you can run into spots where you save a pile of force, not because you have a plan for it, but
Just
because
because
if
you
you
don't want to
draw to
draw.
13, you're going to lose it anyways.
Hmm.
So, like, if you are sitting on like a, well, I want to deploy this guy, like you might save for a turn or two, especially early like this, where Brad's only activating 4, like you might just be saving not because you necessarily have a plan, but because you might have a plan, and also you just need to use force and get cards out of your
Hmm.
hand, and you have to save for something. Like if he saves 3, Ian could only potentially use one of them before he loses the beggar, and I don't think he wants to just waste the beggar that way.
Mm-mm.
So
Probably
Brad,
saving it for the draw their fire.
yeah, I'm gonna let you in on a secret here. Not in this format. I know we talked about that this format is 10 years before Logan, but so we see Ian's going to use Gift of the Mentor to go search out Obi-Wan's saber. He's using one of Brad's force to do it via beggar. And we saw Brad put down Kessel. Now I think that Kessel play had as much to do with Brad saying, I need force and I need to get a card out,
Hmm.
as it did that Brad actually has a plan for Kessel right now. Because I think in an ideal world, Brad would have liked to hold that until he
To
saw if Ian
convert it.
put out
Yeah.
his. Because Lightside is going to struggle to get 6 ability in space sometimes.
Yeah.
And if you can, oh, that's cute. You've got, the Tantive 4 with Wedge as a pilot. Well, now they don't draw Battle Destiny. Have fun.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't draw Battle Destiny on its own anyway,
Yeah,
right?
Wedge is a 2 and Tantive's a 2.
Non-virtual is a 1, isn't it?
No, non-virtual is a 2. Tantive was always really good because it was an ability 2 permanent pilot. So we see the Grimtash lost, getting Cabal, Alter, Sense, Vader Saber, Blizzard Scout 1, Alter,
Oh,
Tarkin, Dance, Heldepe, Alter, Piet, and Blizzard Walker. So he's going to burn 3 Alters there.
oof.
That could be
That hurts.
real rough if we start seeing revolutions. So the one thing with the revolution is he does have the hell to pay for the senses, but like he's got his own senses, so I don't know, like, and there's the revolution on the North Ridge. So Brad's back to activating 4 and
Oh,
Ian is up
Brad
to
already
8.
used it.
That was, I'll be honest, the a revolution deck like this is the biggest reason I switched to a space
Vader,
deck.
Vader. Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Oh,
I'm
oh.
wondering what happened there then.
So there's a Gemp glitch, and I only know this because I've played shield busting. But the issue is if you use beggar and do 0 force, it still treats it as using beggar. Like with the gift of the mentor.
Yeah, he
When you use
used
the
a
gift of the
force.
mentor, but if you look at the Gemp log, it says it triggered 3 times, and it's this weird glitch that gift or that beggar has where
Oh
it's
yeah, it
treating it
does.
as using it more than once.
Yeah, it does show it as using more than once. Okay. That is an odd glitch. So all right, so they're back to activate.
Remember, just blame AJ.
Yeah, I mean,
It's always AJ's fault.
so let's see if it happens again here. If it does, be good to maybe all right, looks like it worked that time. So just used 1.
That's good.
Yeah, that's, and now we see the same Grimtash used or Grimtash lost. Pulling those altars is like in this case,
Hmm.
we don't see a Vader, so I'm not sure how much Brad was going to be going to be able to alter that Revo soon, anyways. But
Hmm.
like the one thing you see with Retro though is Ian's way ahead on activation, and that's going to be rough on Brad. But he's not doing any damage. Like he's literally doing 1 damage a turn right now with Obi's Saber
Hmm.
draining for 1. Like he's
It's
still
such a
got
weird
to
format.
figure something. It's a much slower format. Like
Oh
it
yeah, for sure.
is.
It when I played in the retro league last year, it was just like it totally threw me off. I was like, wow, this is turn 6 and we're both activating 4.
Yeah.
This is a weird game. It also
And
felt weird having to play 2 copies of a location and 7 cents in alters. That also felt
so
weird.
Brad just dropping the empty Blizzard Walker there so he can theoretically start doing something with it. Um, I don't know. I don't necessarily love that. Like your hand is not good and you would have liked to just draw some, I think, but also this way he's looking at he can next turn he can put Cabal and Dan's on the Walker and move to the 5th marker and start draining and at least threatening damage because until Ian does something, like
I
Ian's
think
got
that might even you won't have enough to move if he does both of them, will he?
no, he won't. But that's again,
Gotcha.
right now Ian is doing 1 damage a turn. Like it's not
Yeah.
like he's
Well, I just mean like, do you really want to drop 2 guys on an unpiloted walker just to do nothing with the turn?
I mean, you
Like
could
that's a
drop
genuine
one.
question.
You could. So the thing is, there's no point in just dropping one.
Well, then it's piloted.
And but you're not draining for anything right now, and you're not moving it over without ability 4. Like that would be crazy pants.
Especially
You're
when Ian has 17 cards in hand.
yeah, you're not well because Ian Grimtashed and saw there was no Monarch,
Hmm.
and Brad didn't draw any. Again, that's where like I understand what Brad's trying to do with the here. Let me put down. Oh, I don't. I mean,
8 force though.
yeah,
Luke
but
Leia Skywalkers. Let's go.
I
Come on.
mean, just Luke. Luke and Rando is a threat. Like Brad's looking at it and going, all right, well, I mean, I'm probably not losing it, but I don't love it. Like Ian's got too many cards in hand.
Hmm.
Brad's Brad's taking a risk to push the initiative in hopes he can make something happen, which I appreciate, and that's the bigger problem. There's the Nabrin.
So Obi, Luke, and a gift to the mentor. I'm following now.
I mean, Obi and anyone, you're now outpowering him in all likelihood. Like Obi, Luke, gift to the mentor would just be insane, but like you're fine with just Obi here. And honestly, oh, there's the Luke. Does he have another gift to the mentor? Because this could
I don't
be,
know a lot about this format, but that feels like
and
something that
there's the
would not
Kessel
be ideal.
overwrite. I mean, it's not, but like Ian could still luckbox this the wrong way. I know one of my games early in the format against Zach Beam, I had Vader against Luke, Leia, Skywalkers. I drew a 4 for Battle Destiny. He drew 3 ones and
Hmm.
ended up losing both of them because I hit Leia and I didn't lose Vader. And like that was sort of an insane thing. And I think Brad here just loses a force. Yep.
That's an extra pink or drain of 1. Now, in this format, do you ever consider as like the light side player revolutioning your own location? Like Obi's hut. Would you ever revo Obi's hut later in the game to get like a drain
Absolutely.
of 4? Okay.
110%. Like that's actually so against like a space deck, that's actually your ideal is, there's Obi at his hut with the saber and a revo, and now I'm draining you for 4. Like
Mhm.
battle order isn't a thing. You don't have to pay for drains. Like you just go, you just race them. So there we see
Yeah, and
Dan Sporin dropped on the Walker as a pilot, and there's a 0 for Battle Destiny. That is not what.
oh,
Oh, this and there's
oh,
and honestly, I think Brad was right. Like Brad was kind of stuck there. That was a difficult spot for him. I'm not sure he had a great
yep,
answer. And he went aggressive. He took an aggressive line, and that 5 killed him. Like the thing is, if he's
yep.
able to maintain his immunity, he might be able to come back some, but this was going to be a rough game. He did not get a good start. No Vaders,
Hmm.
no way to stop Ian from doing what he wanted. That activation disparity is crazy. So
Hmm.
congrats to both players. Congrats to Ian, the only 6-0 in the Retro League. I do believe, as I said, that means he wins the Retro League.
At least this month.
This month, yeah, which is awesome for him. He's a spectacular retro player and is consistently in that top area. So good for him. I will let you get back to your spring break and enjoying the 1.5 feet of snow that we both here in Minnesota got to interact with. I've sent my kids out already and shoveled like 3 times. So
Oh yeah,
um,
I shoveled 4 times last night. I've been out twice today. But at the end of the day, it's better than living in Pittsburgh or Texas. So I'll take it.
wow. I'm
And
not really
Pittsburgh
gonna.
exclusively if you're Dan Tartaglione and not PMJ.
Wow, harsh. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Congrats again to Ian, and everybody have a great night.
Take